Hello and welcome to VOA's Red Carpet. My name is Jackson Vunganyi. Thank you so much for joining us today right here in the nation's capital. It is Cherry Blossom Week, and that's why we are enjoying these beautiful flowers, the cherry blossom flowers. And right here on Red Carpet we have Beninese artist George Adéagbo's Lincoln-inspired exhibition, and African-American entrepreneur Anika Hobbs speaks to us about her brand, Nubian Hueman. Let's get on with the show. And let's start off with some music news. Nigerian Afrobeat star Rema has earned his first Billboard 100 Top 10 hit with his song Calm Down featuring Selena Gomez. On a social media post, the singer expressed gratitude for how far he has come and thanked his supporters and his collaborator Selena Gomez. In more music news, UEFA has announced that the African giant Burna Boy is confirmed to be playing at this year's Champions League final in Istanbul. Burna Boy, who recently became the first African artist to sell out a stadium in Europe for his upcoming show in the Netherlands, continues to add more accolades to his very successful career.
It's always such a competition between the three of us, and no one ever knows who's winning. Fiddling with a bride in the mirror, she said my dad.
Nigerian American singer and rapper Jidena first gained global attention in 2015 with his debut single Classic Man, which peaked at number 22 on the US Billboard Hot 100 chart. He released his last studio album 85 to Africa in 2019, and Jidena's fans have been waiting for new music from the Grammy nominee, and it appears that the wait is over as he dropped the visuals of his song Blush from his upcoming album Me, You and God. Jidena hosted an intimate listening session for the album in Washington, D.C., to which I was invited. He danced to the music and chatted with the attendees about his inspiration for the album, whose official release date has not yet been announced.
Not in a religious sense, but in the landscape of what we're living in right now. Whatever this landscape is, and whatever is inside of you, that is what we talk about when we say God. So Me, You, and God is the title.
In film news, Disney's animated series Kia and Kimoja Heroes is partnering with Grey's Anatomy's actor Debbie Allen's Dance Academy Dada to host lectures and demonstrations at elementary schools in Los Angeles. In the animated series, 7-year-old superhero Kia's passions in life are dancing and martial arts in the Southern African-inspired Kimoja City.
They're dancing. They're not twins, they're robots! Oh no, you don't! I'll say.
In Baltimore, a local business owner is making waves with her commitment to supporting Black-owned businesses. Nubian Hueman, a store that sells products made by Black-owned businesses, is the brainchild of Anika Hobbs, an African-American woman who was inspired to create a platform that showcases the rich cultural heritage of Black people. VOA's Kali Abdu spoke to Hobbs about her brand and business. Let's take a look.
Nubian Hueman started in 2013 in Washington, D.C., in Southeast Washington, D.C. The whole premise of the brand is to platform and support Black-owned and Brown-owned brands from all over the world. I'm just really passionate about us being able to be in spaces that are completely our own, in which we can shop all sorts of goods, clothing, art, and accessories that are made by people that look like us. For us, it's about understanding who the Nubian Hueman is. What is it that they enjoy? What is it that they like? What do they like to taste? Or how do they like their body to look? How do they like to feel? And so for us, we've been able to curate goods that support that. We have a full range of candles. We have really great soaps and body washes. We really take a lot of time to make sure that they're the right scents and the right textures that our customer would really love. We also sell foods as well. We have items from all over the world, the UK, Ghana, Haiti. You know, for me, before the brand growth, I think it's more so about how, as African Americans here in the U.S., how do we connect to the culture back on the African continent? The way that we do that, the facet, the platform, the vessel that we use is through, clothing and art and things like that. But for me, it's that connection that we all yearn for, right? And I think as we grow as people who are from the African continent, the diaspora, so Black people all across the world, I think we're starting to learn that there's a need and a support that we need to have. We need to build our ecosystems beyond what we already know or what's geographically close to us. And that's what Nubian Hueman is about. How can we continue to expand the brand, connect to our culture, hyper-locally, but then globally as well. And I welcome that. I welcome other places to continue to have spaces that support completely Black owned or Black and brown owned, however they want to say it or do it. We need more of this. There's space, there's room for all of us. And I truly hope that the conversation will continue, the partnerships will continue. The internet has made the world very small. Right now I'm talking to an artist in Kenya about doing graphic design work for an event that we're having. The world is small, and there's nothing that's really dividing us except for ourselves. So I think for me, it's not about growing the brand, but it's about building the connection.
And now let's get into some art news. Long intrigued and inspired by Abraham Lincoln as a symbol of emancipation, Beninese artist George Adéagbo, a virtuoso of site-specific installation, brought his exhibition, Creating for Free Yourself, to life at Lincoln's residence in Washington. VOA's Ginny Niwa has more.
All persons held as slaves are and shall henceforth be free, declared President Abraham Lincoln's Emancipation Proclamation, crafted here in his vacation home. Lincoln paid it with his life. Decades later, this courageous work inspired the long misunderstood and rejected Beninese sculptor and found object artist. With Create to Liberate Yourself, George Adéagbo takes us back to the world of Lincoln.
So, here, you must know here, this is President Lincoln's library. Do you remember what's the last book you have read or the most interesting book you've read?
C'est la Bible.
The Bible. It is the book of great history. Seeing books with the image of Abraham and having the possibility of reading the Bible. I understood that, to manage to receive what the Bible says, it is necessary to make a sacrifice. Sacrifice was created to liberate you. Only your creation will liberate you.
C'est créé pour vous libérer. Seule votre création vous libérerait.
We wanted to be a part of this project. That's really what we've been trying to bring is just expanding and amplifying George's voice, because he's the one with the message. And we are just so thrilled that this has led to this collaboration that made this lifelong dream of George's and this incredible installation and public event possible.
Misunderstood and almost rejected in Africa, the art critic André Magnin discovered him by chance in Cotonou.
C'était dans les années 93.
It was in the 93s. I walk in nature, and when I find something, it attracts me. It challenges me. There is a light appearing. I show what this thing represents in nature that others have seen and have not taken.
Que d'autres ont vu et ne l'ont pas pris.
And when I was invited, I said, no, I am not an artist. They said, you have to come. That's how I got into the art world.
Pour moi, c'est du normal, il faut que tu viennes. Et c'est comme ça que je suis dans le monde de l'art.
We were thrilled to have an outside artist with such a renowned background share his vision of who Lincoln was and what Lincoln symbolizes to people in Africa and in other parts of the world.
Qu'est-ce que ici vous avez voulu
What message did you want to give here?
C'est pour faire voir en quelque sorte.
It's to show, in a way, the life that Abraham wants to be and wanted for others.
In a few words, what is happiness to you?
Le bonheur pour moi, c'est se libérer soi-même.
Happiness for me, it is to free yourself, to create, to free yourself. Only your creation will free you.
And now let's get into some sports news. The Basketball Africa League has been around since 2019. It is part of the U.S. National Basketball Association, or NBA, and it's expanding basketball into Africa with its first season in 2021. And now a new initiative is opening the way for women players as well. Sedina Abagay has this report from Dakar in this story narrated by Salem Solomon. Let's check it out. Adama Hawa Diallo is setting very high goals for her young career. She wants to help young girls like her, and that's why the Basketball Africa League has set up the BAL for Her program.
I have challenges. I want to win everything, and that's what I've been aiming for a long time. To be queen of basketball, to be champion of Africa, to travel. That's what I really want.
The BAL operations chief explains the importance of the program for female basketball players.
This camp today is to provide an opportunity for the girls to have more visibility, to provide them with a little more material in terms of basketball, and off the field also, because they are going to do a basketball camp, then a seminar on nutrition and on women in sports.
In the minds of many women basketball players, it is not a question of comparing them with men, but a question of opportunities and recognition.
It's good to have these men. We can grow together. It's a little bit old school to compete because this is not a competition. It's also a pleasure to see these women getting the opportunity not only on a basketball court, but all around because they have the ability and they can demonstrate it.
After specific initiatives for women such as regional camps and the NBA Academy program for girls, the BAL looks to strengthen the place for women in sport and particularly in basketball.
We will
continue to produce talent at girls' level, and all these talents, when time comes, will be able to perform on the continent in a professional women's league that we will also continue to develop.
This camp, sponsored by the Basketball Africa League and exclusively dedicated to women and girls, is making basketball more accessible to females. The BAL intends to add more camps and create a league for women in just a few short years. And that's it for our show today. My name is Jackson Vunganyi. For more entertainment news, remember to check us out at voaafrica.com. We are also on all social media platforms, on Facebook, on Instagram, and on YouTube, where you can watch our videos. Remember to like, to share, and to subscribe. Until next time, goodbye everyone.